Successful people whose parents disowned them. What happened when they discovered your wealth? When I was 18, my parents kicked me out for choosing art school over the family business. My dad owned 3 car dealerships, and I was supposed to take over someday. That was all he ever talked about. The day my acceptance letter to Parsons arrived, I showed it to them thinking they'd finally be proud. Instead, my dad ripped it up right in front of me. "No son of mine is wasting his life drawing pictures," he said without even looking me in the eye. My mom just sat there, silent as always. When I said I was going anyway, my dad threw my duffel bag at me and told me if I walked out that door, I wasn't welcome back. I had about $2,700 saved from summer jobs, which I naively thought would last forever. It didn't. My first year was brutal. I lived in a closet-sized room with 2 other guys, worked nights at a 24-hour diner, and barely slept. Sometimes I'd call home just to hear my mom's voice, but she'd whisper that my dad was watching and hang up. Eventually, I stopped trying. By my 3rd year, I had started selling designs online. Nothing fancy, just logos and websites. But it let me eat something besides ramen, which felt like a win. I graduated with honors, but nobody was in the audience for me. 5 years after being disowned, my small freelancing gig had grown into a full design agency with 15 employees and clients in 3 countries. I bought my first apartment in Brooklyn, had a nice car, designer clothes, everything my dad would have considered success. But he had no idea. I'd stopped existing to them entirely. Then, last year, my younger sister Emma found me through Instagram. She was in college and had secretly kept track of me for years. We met for coffee, both of us nervous. She showed me pictures of our parents. Older, tired, nothing like the people in my memory. Then she said something that froze me. "They saw your company in Business Insider." Apparently, my agency had been profiled for our work with a major tech company. The article mentioned our revenue, 7 figures, and had photos of me in our Manhattan office. Emma told me Dad went completely white when he realized it was me. He had cut out the magazine article and was carrying it in his wallet. She said they wanted to reconnect. 3 days later, I got a text from a number I'd deleted but still knew by heart. My father asked if we could meet. No apology, no acknowledgement of the past. Just, now that I was successful, he wanted to catch up. I agreed to meet them at a restaurant near my office. When I walked in, my mom burst into tears. My dad stood up and extended his hand like we were business partners. I didn't take it. "We're so proud of what you've accomplished," he said, as if he'd been cheering me on the whole time. Then came the real reason they contacted me. Their dealerships were struggling. Online car sales had crushed his old school model, and they needed capital to modernize the business. When I asked how much, the number made me laugh. $850,000. Almost exactly what my first year of art school had cost. The education they refused to support. "We're family," my dad said. "Family helps family." I looked at him and at my mom, who still wouldn't speak up, and realized I felt nothing. The pain was gone, but so was any connection. "I'm sorry," I said, standing up, "but you made it very clear. I'm not family." My dad's face changed instantly. The polite mask fell, replaced by the same cold expression from the night he kicked me out. "You ungrateful little," he started, but I cut him off. "I built everything I have while you pretended I didn't exist. The only reason you're sitting here is because I have something you want." I left money for my untouched meal and walked out. My phone exploded with messages, first angry, then desperate. They even showed up at my office the next day, causing a scene until security removed them. What they didn't know was that I had already set up a college fund for Emma. She shouldn't have to choose between family and dreams the way I did. Sometimes I wonder if I made the right choice. Not about the money, they weren't entitled to that, but about closing the door for good. Then I remember all the birthdays, holidays, and milestones they missed. Not because they couldn't be there, but because they chose not to be. I couldn't fit the whole story here. The rest is below.